When you think of Jimmie Johnson's Cup Series career, you think this: 83 career Cup Series wins, a 7-time Cup Series champion, and arguably the greatest of all time. On the other hand, when you think of his Xfinity Series career, you probably think this.
Whoa, something broke. Something broke in the car. Oh my God.
In this April Fool's edition of NASCAR Busts, we will be talking about Jimmie Johnson's Xfinity Series career. So let's get into it. Jimmie Johnson's first stint in the then called NASCAR Busts Series was spent driving for William Herzog. Unfortunately, the two would get off on the wrong foot as they would fail to qualify for the season opener at Daytona. Honestly, they struggled for most of that season, scoring 0 wins, 0 top 5s, only 6 top 10s, with an average finish of 19.5, but did rally back to finish 10th in the standings. 2001 saw drastic improvement as he would score 4 top 5s, 9 top 10s, with an average finish of 16.2 and would finish 8th in the standings. This would also mark the season he scored his first career Busch Series win at Chicagoland.
White flag is out. One more lap to go.
I've been waiting a long time to tell you that. One more lap. Let's be smooth. Off that gas now. Off that gas easy. Boys don't have a damn thing to worry about.
I tell you what, this town is not safe for the Rambo.
One more corner before we start doing all that.
25-year-old Jimmie Johnson from Sussex, Wisconsin, in his 58th NASCAR Busch Series start, will take the first ever checkered flag at Chicagoland Speedway.
That's right, you are a man! You are a man!
Great job by Jimmy and Rambo and that team. They made the right call, Benny. You're right. It paid off.
His performance in the Busch Series caught the attention of Jeff Gordon and Rick Hendrick. He would go on to race for Hendrick Motorsports full-time in the Cup Series beginning in 2002, and well, the rest is history. On the other hand though, this is his only Xfinity Series win to date. You would think as a Cup Series regular, he would have no problem dominating in select races in the Xfinity Series. As you're about to find out, that has not been the case.
Jimmie Johnson in the number 5 car, one of the last to go out, came in with the fastest time, his first career Busch pole.
The other thing I noticed too, our pole sitter and Jimmie Johnson and Robert Presley have all fell back. Jimmy's loose and Robert, I think, is on the tight side, so could have been a little bit of qualifying stuff in there to get him up in the
Kenny
front.
Wallace just went by Jimmie Johnson, who sat on the pole right there for 4th place.
Jimmie Johnson is hung up on the outside. He must have a tire down, I would say.
Burton for 6th, gets it.
He definitely has a problem, DW. You can see more and more cars are just going by him.
Yeah, I think he's going to be heading to pit road. He's got a tire down.
And Jimmie Johnson on pit road, Mike, he's saying his car is vibrating and he doesn't know why. They just went up 2 rounds on the track bar, but again, a vibration on the 5 of Jimmie Johnson.
Yeah, it looks like we only had about 3 lead lap cars that pitted. Jimmie Johnson, Jason Keller, Kenny Wallace all made pit stops, trying to get better.
But that was what I've been talking about, putting that kid in that position where he's got to make moves that he hadn't had to make all night. And man, he is lucky right there.
Look at him starting to spin out behind him. Look, Jimmie Johnson in the 5 is like a chain reaction.
Yeah.
And he and Tim Sauter battling for 20 seconds. Still lead lap cars. In the wall, turn 2, Menard, and around goes Jimmie Johnson. Caution.
We're rigged here.
Not believe this. I cannot believe that 18 car racing me like this.
That may be the caution, though, that Casey Kane in the 79 car was looking for, as well as Clint Boyer in the 2, get caught back up again.
5 looks like he has very little damage, some, but not much, mostly on the left side here. I guess he slapped the fence with the left side of the car.
And who was Jimmy talking about? The 18.
The 18, J.J.
Ryan Newman restarts at 18th. Stacking up there, Jimmie Johnson way high. 48 car. It's that Leffler that got out of shape in the 32 car. And they stacked up, and Jimmie Johnson's got a lot of debris on his tires from the, being up there in the gray area. So he's going to have to be careful and keep him off. Uh-oh, here's that yellow Newman needed. The caution's
It will be out.
now it's out. It wasn't out when they said it, but it was. It is now. Wow.
There's the 8 car, Truex. And there comes 48.
Little contact, perhaps. There it is. He got squeezed.
Yep. Yeah.
And that's what did it.
Rips the bumper cover off the 33 car.
Okay, so that's what caused the fender problems and the damage. Maybe even sliced the side. Watch here on the outside. He just gets squeezed. Tony Raines moves up the racetrack a little bit. Didn't know 48 was there of Jimmie Johnson. Wow, Raines got in the wall pretty hard, too.
Look at that front row. Jimmie Johnson with a new track record. Jimmie Johnson hit the wall between turns 1 and 2. Take a look at what happened.
Greg Biffle's 66 car just passed Jimmie going in the corner. He goes in the corner and the right front tire loses the air, and when that happens, the car goes straight.
Uh-oh, trouble. 48. Jimmie Johnson has been in the wall.
I've seen a lot of veterans have problems.
Okay, buddy.
Well, that's 3/4 of the field, though, isn't it? Yes, sir. Yes, sir, it is. This is why we're under caution.
And just like Wally said, you see the car, it just wiggles. He chases it up the racetrack. No more room, man. You're in the wall. And that's all he can do.
Top of your screen, 48 goes around. The 60 trying to wall up. Keller is right there with him. There's contact between the 11 and 60. Kansas spinning.
And guys, this is kind of reminiscent of Kansas City a couple weeks ago when we saw the chase contenders all piling up into each other. 6 crashes there. Got 3 of them here.
Jimmie Johnson slowing down quite a bit.
Might not be by choice. He may be running out of fuel right here. He is out of fuel.
Get some more in there.
Yep, he is. That tells you right there. These guys are way short on fuel. Yeah, they weren't even close there. Yeah, they couldn't save that. They could have never saved that amount of fuel.
Yeah, he pitted 2 laps later than the 29 of Jeff Burton. Burton pitted on lap 43. And,
I'd be surprised if Burton makes it too.
Yeah, I got to believe that's really worrying Jeff Burton. Here comes Jimmie down to Chad Canals.
Still in the top 20 if we can get it started quick enough.
Right in front to the right of the screen, you see the 5 car of Jimmie Johnson. We mentioned he started in 5th, and now he is being shown in the 15th position. You heard Shannon document how the car was loose, and they're trying to shut the fans off. Are you going to be able to fix this thing until you get on pit road, or are you just going to have to hang on?
Yeah, he's got to hang on right now, and I can assure you that as fast as this racetrack is, and you heard Jimmie tell us how hard you have to drive this car to go fast, that is not fun in doing that. You're just literally hanging on. He's got probably a pretty hard grip on that steering wheel, where normally you wouldn't have that if the car was pretty good, because you know you're racing for this championship, but you can't give away your opportunity here tonight.
Jimmie Johnson's now 1 lap down to Kyle Busch in his 18 car.
The 5 car also showing some smoke out the back of Jimmie Johnson's Chevy.
So those guys got about 6 wide, it looked like, on the backstretch. Just not enough room for all of them.
Yeah, they were bouncing off the wall on each other coming out of 2.
Well, Jimmie does need to stay out there with this.
Pretty hard.
Yeah, he needs to get that thing in.
Not enough room there to see Jimmie Johnson on the pit road to get that problem he has fixed.
Can't take a chance on a guy who's going to try to win 3 Cup titles in a row, be a pole sitter here tomorrow night. They got to bring him in and pull that fender out.
Just can't seem to work that out, so we got trouble on the track, guys.
Jimmie Johnson, Sprint Cup points leader, and he spins around and comes to contact.
Yep. Sorry, guys. I finally lost it.
Yeah, it's off of turn 2. You see him off of turn 2 there. Just gets, as he said, got away from him. Tries to save it here. Ooh, Brad Keselowski does a great job of missing him, but he can't keep it out of the inside wall.
Watch how fast this car snapped around. There's not much chance to save that.
No, he was driving it and looked like he might have it right here, but then as it moved down across the racetrack, just not able to keep it out of that inside retaining wall. Yeah, they have put a safer barrier up here, as you can see, on the inside.
In Johnson's 93 career Xfinity starts, his stats are this: 1 win, 9 top 5s, 24 top 10s, and an average finish of 18.1. With his stellar success in the Cup Series, his Xfinity stats are pretty underwhelming. And for that reason, he is labeled an Xfinity Series bust. And also a Truck Series bust. Anyways, happy April Fools, guys, and once again, that'll do it for another video. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is Black Flags Matter. Catch you next time.